Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, where you're not going to hear anybody sing the praises of Love Hurts. And so that's why I got this record here. Nazareth, Hair of the Dog, but this is the German pressing. First pressing at that from 1975 on the Vertigo label. And yeah, this pressing does not have that ballad Love Hurts, which was a big hit and a big presence on the other releases. I just never really cared for that song. Not a big fan of ballads from hard rock bands anyway, because a lot of them are, to me, just kind of feeble. And the song just, I mean, all the way back to when it was released in 1975, I didn't care for it. Loved the title track, Hair of the Dog, and there are certainly a lot of other good songs on here. The song that on the German pressing that replaces Love Hurts is called Guilty, and that's the needle drop I have for you. Good song, and it's a good album all the way around. Very cool cover art, though, definitely, with this record. But yeah, it's part of my formative years in growing up with rock music at that time. And so, yeah, I'm glad to have it. Plus, I got a good deal, even though I got it from Germany, a vendor in Germany. It was a good price. And what made it palatable regarding the shipping was that I was able to add 2 more records without the increased cost, you know, increasing the shipping. So that was pretty good. And so I started going through the vendor's store and I didn't bother with looking for other albums, you know, because my want list, if the vendor had anything else that was in my want list, you know, it would have been flagged and it would have shown up. So what I ended up doing was going through all the 12-inch singles that he had, and I thought, yeah, I might be able to find something, and it did. I found two 12-inch singles that I did a little listening to online, and yeah, I liked what I heard. And the first one is this one here, Clepto Maniacs. The single, this is a 12-inch single from 1999. Side A is Let's Get Down, and then the other side is Funk It Up. Not a whole lot of information out there. It's on the Sulfurate Trax label, which is very cool. But yeah, not a lot of information about Klepto Maniacs, Brian Tappert, and DJ John Julius Knight. So anyway, the needle drop from this is Let's Get Down. good stuff, house music for sure, and I do like some house music. The other record that I added to this purchase so that I could also get it for the same price for shipping is by a legend, DJ legend, that I first heard about from Stunty, you know, of Stunt Rock Confusion. You ever check out his show? It's usually Fridays where he's spinning a lot of very interesting records. Stunty had recommended to me a fairly new release by Terence Dixon, reporting from Detroit, which I found in a record store and picked that up. So I was very happy about that. So I was already familiar with Terrence Dixon, and so that's when I saw this one, Minimalism II. This is a 2000 German pressing, and it's a white label pressing. There's the other side of the label. And yeah, he's this pioneer of Detroit techno, had a very low profile, but he was extraordinarily influential. And there are 4 untitled tracks on this record. And the needle drop is track number 1. He very much like layers a lot of different things on top of each other, producing very sort of sometimes down tempo, but also some very deep house kind of material. Okay, so then the next one that I recently picked up, I just thought it would be interesting because I've been picking up some Psychic TV and Throbbing Gristle quite a bit lately. And then this compilation I saw in a store. Sorry about the rather creepy cover there, but this is a beginner's guide to the music of Throbbing Gristle. And this is, originally it was a 2004, this compilation, but this copy is a 2017 limited edition on red vinyl. Yeah, very good compilation, spanning a variety of releases by Throbbing Gristle, going back to their second album, which is an album I really want to get because they have Hamburger Lady on here. But the needle drop, and I do not apologize for the prurient content of this needle drop, which is called Something Came Over Me.
Something came over me, something came over me, and I don't know what it was. No, I don't know what it was. Or was it white and sticky? Or was it white and sticky? Well, I don't know what it was. No, I don't know what it was.
There you have it. Good music, and actually one of the better tracks. I mean, they're all good, but that's actually even one of the better tracks on that record. All right, the next one. I've talked about this particular single before, and I've talked a lot about this particular techno duo, and that is Underworld. And I finally got a 12-inch single for Born Slippy. This is the 1995 12-inch Wax Trax Records release, and label there. This, of course, was probably, it's more widely known because of its inclusion in the soundtrack to Train Spotting. And that version of Born Slippy is known as the Nux mix. And the Nux mix is included on here, but there's 2 other mixes as well, which one I think is the original mix, and then this other one is called the telematic mix. And the interesting thing about these other mixes is that they're the lyrics that you are probably familiar with from the Train Spotting version, the Nux mix, are absent from these other mixes. And that's the cool thing about the various mixes when you pick up the various mix releases that Underworld does. Because a lot of times when there's various mixes, mostly it'll be by a DJ who is doing their own mixes for, you know, an original song or something like that. So the original song melody or even lyrics are generally kept in those mix variances. But that seldom happens with mix variances by Underworld. You could get a mix variant to a song that is hardly recognizable from the song that was released on an album. And to me, which is just another one of those cool things about Underworld. And Born Slippy was never released on what you would call a traditional album. So it was very cool that I was able to get this release. And so the needle drop I'm going to play for you is not the more familiar Nux mix, but the original mix. So yeah, when you're listening to that and you're thinking, oh, that doesn't sound anything really at all like what was on Train Spotting. That's the key. All right, now another recent pickup, there's this store that I go to once in a while because the store really specializes in dance music, house, techno, other electronic music. It has a small section for quote unquote, you know, rock or even jazz, and also a section for maybe some 90s, 80s and 90s music. But it's really focused on singles, primarily singles, 12-inch singles in various remixes, but also other electronic music, so full albums of that. And I saw this one. This is Quiet Logic, a project that's involving Haruomi Hosono, Mixmaster Morris, and Jonah Sharp. And this is Quiet Logic is the name of the release. Originally from 1998, it was CD only at the time. My copy is a 2024 limited reissue and remaster that was put on 2 LPs. So Mixmaster Morris was born Morris Gould, and he began as a DJ in London in about 1982. And he played an infamous show with Aphex Twin in 1990 that lasted 16 hours. Then you have Jonah Sharp, who was originally an acid jazz session drummer in London, but then he moved into DJing and then he relocated to San Francisco. And then of course we have Haruomi Hosono, founding member of Yellow Magic Orchestra. But his career goes even further back into the 1960s when he was with a psychedelic rock band called April Fool, and that's spelled A-P-R-Y-L, and then also the psychedelic folk band Happy End. So definitely I'm a huge fan of Ryuichi Sakamoto, who was also another key founding member of Yellow Magic Orchestra, and I have a lot of releases by him. This is the only one I believe I have of Haruomi Hosono, and I do need to find some more releases of his. The needle drop I have from this recording is called Wara Itake. Really quite beautiful electronic music, quite an excellent sounding record. Really glad that I picked that up. Now also in that store, I ran across this one here, all right, with this hype sticker on it. And it's Global Communication, and it's the it's 12-inch single of the song Maiden Voyage. So music on vinyl release. And then, yeah, the hype sticker, it says, fuck yeah, Mark Pritchard, IDM, ambient techno dub, or dubby, I should say. Like FSOL or The Orb, it's great. And they have listening stations at this store, so I did. I listened to it and really liked what I was hearing. So I got this record, and this is a limited numbered edition. My copy is number 932, and there were 2 other copies at the store that I went to. Of course, this was a couple of weeks ago, but, you know, Gramophone Records in Chicago, they might still have this on there, but as you can see, yeah, this is number 932 of a limited 1,000 copies. And this is a project of very influential dance producers, Mark Pritchard and Tom Middleton. They go back all the way to 1993, but they haven't had any albums since 2011 with the release Back in the Box. But this has 4 different mixes of Maiden Voyage, plus 2 other songs. The other songs, 1 for each side. One is called Funk in the Fridge, and the other one is called 7 Minute 39. So yeah, on the label there. And I'm gonna play for the needle drop the original mix of Maiden Voyage. good stuff. This is just really, really fantastic. As you know, as my collecting and interest go, is more and more moving into electronic dance music, and not just, you know, recent stuff, but also going back to pick up on, you know, some things that I missed, you know, when they were released, you know, back in the 90s or early 2000s. Really liked this genre of music. And a new release, a 2024 release in that genre, is this one by Foret, and the album is 3. As I say, this is 2024 on Text Records. They go back to 1999 as well. It's Kieran Hebden, British DJ and producer. So Foret is like his project. But like I said, it goes back to 1999. And every single one of the releases under the Foret name get very high ratings from both critics and from listeners. This record has really gorgeous down-tempo beats. The needle drop I will play for you is the opening track called Loved. Very beautiful, luscious, and kind of like the cover inspires the idea of these like mosaic and layers of music and texture going together. Definitely will be checking out other Foret releases when I happen to see them. So there are my final finds, my recent finds. This is episode number 43. I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave a comment in the Down Under. I enjoy getting the comments. And hit the like button. I appreciate that because it does significantly help with the distribution of my content. I mean, if you've got a YouTube channel and you're hoping to get it to spread, you know, that's what you want to encourage people to do. And when you see a YouTube channel, maybe it's a new one, or maybe it's been around for a while, or whatever, that you really like, you know, hitting the like button for each episode that you watch and enjoy helps that YouTube creator. That like button really is a magic button. Of course, subscribing is a great thing to do if you want to. And also, you can find me on Instagram as NewsDude76. That's NEWZDUDE76. I have music-related posts, albums that I show, but I also have other general photography that I like to show there. And then I have a Facebook page called Calvin Wazoo that you can follow, where not only these videos get posted, but other music-related videos from YouTube and music-related content articles. I post them there, so you can follow me there and see what other things I might be posting. But always remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.